These were clever, curious reporters, editors and photographers who told stories that defined place and time and made us all understand each other a little better. They coded the arts and the local sports teams. They bird-dogged city councils, courts, law enforcement, school districts and other agencies that pay our tax dollars, bearing witness, asking questions and rooting out corruption.
It might seem like the opposite is true, that there's more information available than ever, because of incessant chirping on cable news, nightly car chases on local outlets, digital news sites and social media news feeds. But what's vanished or been greatly diminished in far too many places is good, solid reporting on local and state affairs, and we don't even know what that has cost us through mismanagement, misuse of funds and outright corruption.
Sure, the Los Angeles Times and other papers can still pull off exposes such as the freeloading scandal in Bell or the payola bonanza involving the developer of a harbor gateway project. Just note the Pulitzer won by the East Bay Times last year for its coverage of the ghost ship fire, an achievement its staff earned after years of deep cuts and consolidation.
But those investigations take lots of time and people, and they don't happen as often as they should because fewer and fewer snoops are checking records, knocking on doors and making a nuisance of themselves.
Today, there is no Davis branch. When I checked with the Daily Democrat last week, editor-reporter-photographer Jim Smith told me that in the last 20 years, his staff of 15 has gone down to just 5.
My next stop was the San Jose Mercury News, a storied newspaper with a first-rate editorial staff of about 400 at its height. Today the Mercury News is down to about 110 people and has lost about 70% of its staff in the last 2 decades, even as Silicon Valley became one of the most important stories in the world. I saw the same trends in my years with the Philadelphia Inquirer and Time magazine, and the problem was never a lack of public demand for news. What changed was that the internet offered new options to advertisers, and newspaper revenues diminished despite ongoing attempts to make the industry more digitized. Soon, newsrooms had so many empty desks, they looked like furniture showrooms. I wish I could tell you it's been nothing but cupcakes and cartwheels ever since, but the Los Angeles Times got hit by the same beetle that sawed through the rest of the industry, and the staff today is just more than 1/3 the size it was when I started.
I can't tell you how many clowns, buffoons and scoundrels have taken the reins of the parent company, promised great things and then fled in the night with blood in their hands and briefcases full of money.
You get to thinking there's no way out. Then you wake up one day and hear that somebody wants to come to the rescue.
I've never met billionaire Dr. Patrick Soon-Shiong, who is closing a deal to take over the Times, the San Diego Union Tribune, Hoy and our community newspapers. You'd think a man whose goal is to cure cancer would have his hands full, but now the good doctor wants to take on a different kind of terminal patient.
But it didn't happen, and it was nice, after years of casualties, to hear someone talk about rebuilding locally, nationally and internationally.